in white privilege, that people can kind of come out, chain themselves to the ground, having spent the last few hundred years fucking up the planet. Like, to me, that it's nonsensical, and actually you can see from the demographic that are doing it, they have no desire to bring along people who are from different demographics, who are most poorly affected by the impact of climate change. Actually, it feels quite self-indulgent as an activity, and quite frustrating, really. That's just my
No, absolutely. But that's it's good to hear these things. So in a way, a lot of people here, like there's people from like a lot of different backgrounds, and I know I've been talking to people as like this. There's people from like Scotland, different parts of the country.
I'd love to be kind of stood corrected, because obviously it is something that impacts the whole world. But it feels very difficult to kind of see a presence or a kind of movement that's actually trying to bring different people along with it. It just feels, I'm just being genuinely honest and saying that it feels like a self-indulgent activity rather than something that's progressive and really useful for everyone. Do you see what I mean?
But in a way, what we got is you got people who are actually using the privilege. And people have taken time off, and it's costing them time and money to be here, and they're giving up their civil liberties to actually get arrested. And it's to get the government, the establishment, to act and change the laws, and change the fiscal policies of, like, in here there's a conference going on from the oil and gas industry of how they actually spend money. And these people have thought long and hard of why they're doing this, and I can understand what you're saying about it. Like, you feel they're like probably underrepresented of
just see
this whole kind of like us and them, or people of colour, and I'm Irish and stuff. I'm a little bit worried about getting arrested because I don't know what's going to happen after Brexit. If I've got a criminal record, is that going to affect me, like travelling, or do I get kicked out of the country?
I guess I'm just kind of it's kind of picking up on this weird sense of hypocrisy, and it's like, how do we get out of that? But it feels quite hypocritical that the very same people who have kind of, or at least visually, or the very same people who it seems have kind of inflicted the most damage on the earth in terms of global warming seem to now be like, actually, shit, we're at risk. Like, let's chain ourselves to the ground. That's the kind of representation, it kind of how I perceive it. I might be wrong, and what you just said there, but that's just my opinion. Like.
It's
a discussion, right?
We've had criticism in the press about this kind of like it's a middle class white elitist movement, and you think, well, hold on a second.
I get that, because
this is something that affects
everyone. And I get why white middle class people would be in a position to be able to take action. Obviously, power is within that. But it's just an observation in terms of how it feels.
So why don't you go on? Have you been to an XR talk?
Have I been to a what? Sorry?
A talk, an XR Rebellion talk.
Well, I went to the last demonstration more out of interest to kind of understand, like the last big demonstration, more of interest to understand, like, why this approach feels to be the right one. And obviously it's a frustration of me as a person of minority that actually the only way to change things is for the people who have kind of caused it and who are inflicting it the most to suddenly say, oh, actually, but our kids will be affected. Do you see what I mean? That's deep level penetration of, not just for this issue, but for all sort of major issues in society. It's like, so when it's your kids, then all of a sudden it has clouds. All of a sudden it's an issue that should be taken seriously. But up until that point, actually, let's burn the planet down because it serves us. And that's, I'm coming from a very frustrated perspective rather than constructive. But just to say,
to put things in perspective, like the people who are going to be affected worst and have been affected right now, like is the global south. And people in Chad. And I got a friend of mine who works at refugees. And he was in Calais, and there was people from Chad there. And he's like, well, why did you come the whole way and risk it, coming here? And he goes, well,
but equally,
we can't farm anymore. It's like we just can't sustain ourselves.
But equally, I'm from Nigeria, a developing country. Again, the frustration is in there in that as that country starts to develop using, mechanisms that this country was able to use, to kind of develop themselves, all of a sudden, actually, what they're doing is wrong, and actually shouldn't be using electricity, and that's the wrong thing. You're now fucking up our planet. Oh, so it's okay for for everyone else to kind of do it for hundreds of years. But actually, when it comes to your turn to kind of grow and to develop as an economy, all of a sudden we now need to point out as the people most high in power that actually that's the wrong way to go, and we must help you to kind of figure that out. You know, I am being deliberately facetious, but it's just my genuine perspective on it is that we have to understand that we're dealing with all of these emotions as well, all of these feelings from the people most inflicted.
No, but absolutely. So, but this is a very emotional, you know. It's because the thing is, it's like if you understand the climate science and you understand what's going on, it's like we are heading towards a very bad place, a very scary place.
Absolutely.
And we need to be reaching out, and we need to be building communities, and we need to be building bridges, and we need to get more people involved, and more people of like ethnic minorities and different countries, and different backgrounds, and you know, and it's you know. And this whole thing of like all of a sudden like people are worried about their children is a very valid point. So you know, and you know the thing is like you know we don't have all the answers.
Yeah, of course, and obviously it's not necessarily any individual's responsibility to take collective action on behalf of others. I'm just saying that given that there are some real strengths to the campaign, i.e. it always remains fairly peaceful, there are good things, I think actually the people involved can push themselves further to start to think about things like actually how does our privilege in this situation impact on bringing other people along with us, when actually what they will see visibly is being isolated or kind of being not included. Do you see what I mean? That to me, there's room for growth in the movement if there is the kind of tolerance and the patience to actually think it's not just about me, i.e. us in our collective community, it's also about bringing people who don't look like us, who don't necessarily have the access to the education around global warming like we've had, you know, with your degrees and stuff that you've mentioned, bringing them along to say, actually, this is why it's a challenge. Because otherwise, I'm telling you, it does just feel like, oh, well, now you guys are coming up in the world, and now you might have a little bit of a piece of the pie, everything you do is wrong. Do you know what I mean? Don't do that.
I feel really uncomfortable with that argument. People say, you know, it's the,
Where did you come along to? Do you live in London?
I do live in London.
Whereabouts do you live?
South East, near Greenwich.
Oh, Greenwich, yeah. So when did you come along to the XR Rebellion talk and say your opinions, you know? Because the thing is, you know, nobody's perfect, you know, and you know...
What are the details? What are the details?
I'll give you
I also believe that, like, it's well and good people saying things and then not, you know, taking them. So
absolutely, So and the thing is, it's like, you know, it really is. The stuff you be saying is very bad. I've talked to like, a friend of mine is like a person of colour, and his problem is a feeling that they get targeted on. You know, if you do something and you get arrested, like how you're going to be treated differently.
That's that.
You know, and you know, and it's understanding these fears, and you know, I think we want to reach out to everybody. We want to see it, like Muslims, Sikhs, Jews, people of religion. Like I know you're religious. You know, I'm not from this country. You know, so it's everybody. You know, and because we actually really need to work on building communities. You know, and one of the things we want is the Citizens Assembly. And that's actually where people's voices get to be heard. And at the moment, the way this country is run, it's an elitism. You know, it's elitism. This stuff at the moment, like the BBC, are not covering what's going on. This is the largest civil disobedient mass movement in modern history, and it's, you know, the rebellion's not being covered. What's going on? You know, it's just like so the privileged few. I don't think are the people here. You know, it's the people who are sitting. Running the government, running the country. There's people there in that hotel there who are in the oil and gas conferences or deciding how to spend the billions and billions and billions of our money, our taxation money, on more fossil fuel extraction, you know?
No, absolutely.
You know,
I get that. I guess it's just...
Can you hold us and give my contact details?
Just that fundamental view of, like, what does it take to bring people along? Or
change?
You have to actually bring them along.
We've been having these discussions. It's really, it's uncomfortable. It has been uncomfortable to think about this because of the fact that
Can you just hold that for a second?
But we are. These discussions are happening. Pleased to say,
I'll give you my contact details. Here's my telephone number.
Okay.
That's my telephone number. The irony is, that was my company. I had to close down because of the government getting rid of all the subsidies on renewable energy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they closed down the subsidies on renewable energy. They closed down, so many good things. It's just absolutely unbelievable, you know. So, sorry, just pop this up again.
I think there's the idea that the phrase is to decolonise Extinction Rebellion.
Yeah.
That's the phrase that's been used.
Yeah.
I would point in the direction of the people who are heading it, but unfortunately they are currently on the road. I think either glued on or something. So yeah, it's slightly frustrating. I would love to go point in that direction.
No, it's important for me as well to hold that opinion, voice it, and to know that actually it's more about connect. It's not you and me. It's not like we're on opposite sides. It's more opening up that dialogue so that I can understand. Because obviously, just coming out work and seeing it, I'm like the levels, you know, like from a visual perspective, I'm just like the levels of entitlement of these people. Like, whereas actually it's not about that. We've broken that down now, but I'm just giving you a perspective into my community as well. Like, I can't speak for my community, but I do speak to people in my community. And I know that they share some of these, you know, opinions. So.
I tell you about, how about this, right? You contact me, and your community, you get 10 of your friends together, and I'll come and I'll give an Extinction Rebellion talk to you.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to shake on it.
You
hold this. You hold this.
You'll come to East London,
Yeah, there we go. There we go, I'll come to East London and I'll give you guys a talk, okay? And I'll explain, you know, why we're doing this and why it's important for everybody, okay?
No problem,
You know?
Yeah, okay. All right, well, lovely to meet you.
No, thanks a lot, okay? I'll get in contact.
Yeah.
There you go.